Okay, cool. Right. So talk us through this, Jamal.
So the first part is a vocative particle. It's just calling out.
Which
Uh,
part? Which part are you talking about?
yeah, ayu. And
So just the yeah,
yeah,
just the yeah. That's the vocative part is the yeah.
yeah, I agree.
Okay, cool.
Sorry.
No, that's
And
cool. I'm glad you agree.
no, it was a pun.
No, no, that's fine. I don't mind.
Anyway, so it's also that's all I got there. So then the next bit is a noun. But then can be substituted with al insan.
Because look, Jamal, because you can have the you could say Ayyuhan nas. You know, if you watch like the like any of these Arab like dramatizations of the companions or something like that, they would stand there, would say Ayyuhan nas, and they would like sort of speak. How can you let this happen? Da, 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 da. Yeah. So without the yeah, just Ayyuha by itself. Yeah.
All right.
Okay. So you said here is badal. Just talk me through what you mean by badal.
Uh, so badal means that you can
Jamal, your
have that
mic's going in and out
in
a bit.
place. Badal means that you can have that word in place of
Good.
another.
Good. We've
Uh,
actually so Maryam did sifa, Osman did ta'keed, you did badal. So Tariq will do some kind of conjunction today, atuf, and we'll have done all four inshallah.
yeah.
Yeah, good. So you can have ya insan, yeah, or you can have ya ayyuha. So this you can substitute insan for ayyuha. You can have one of the two. Yeah, does that make sense?
Yep.
Okay. Ma gharraka. What's that?
So ma is a relative pronoun which means what. So it's asking a question and it's
Let me just
directed
let me just get this up on my screen. So you said it was Surah Al-Infitar. Yeah, what ayah was it?
towards.
6.
Yes.
Cool. Okay. So that's important. Why? Because other times, ma could be saying that the verb didn't happen. Okay. Like you could say, ma wadda'aka rabbuka wa ma qala. So let's pull this up. Uh, you do the next bit while I pull this up, Jamal. So what's this? Talk me through this. Khabar, maf'ul. What's going on here?
Uh,
You there, Jamal?
yes. Did my mic go again?
It's okay now.
All right. Uh, third person. So ghara is a third person masculine singular verb, and put perfect there, which means that it's already happened. So it's past tense.
Good.
So ما غروة. So the word غروة um is the khabar of ma. So maybe I think could we say that ma is the mubtada, then غروة is the khabar.
Ma is the mubtada, and
غروة is the khabar. Could we say that, or is that wrong?
I think the whole thing, gharraka, um, as opposed to the whole verb, this whole sentence coming after it. Yeah, I can see because on corpus it's not very clear. So I'll double check that now. Um, so move on from that. Don't worry about that bit because that's a bit tricky. Just go on to the next bit in terms of birabbika al-karim. I think is straightforward.
Yeah. So be is a preposition. So jar majroor, and the majroor noun is Rabbi and shown or expressed by the kasra Rabbi with the shadda. Oh, by the way, why is there a shadda there? Why can't it be Rabbika instead of be Rabbika?
Rob. I'm not 100% sure. I'm not 100% sure. Because Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. I think the word Rabb has a shadda on in the end. Yeah.
It's not the root word, so it's Ra ba ba.
Yeah. So I can check that when we do this next bit. So I'm on the thingy now, but I'm pretty sure that that's the answer. Um, just explain the connection between Rabbika and Al Karim.
So Rabbika, meaning your Lord, and then the next word Al Karim is is an adjective, a sifa. So because uh, sifa adjectives are
So
properties,
Kareem is a sifa, is an adjective describing what?
Rabbi,
Good,
the Lord,
good. So
your Lord.
Allah, yeah, good. So the Kareem is like generous, yeah. So our Lord is generous, yeah. So that's the adjective is describing that. Good. Yeah, I was
Therefore,
right, Jamal. So Rob is the root letters of Rob is Ra ba ba.
very
Yeah.
nice.
So there's two bars at the end. There's two bars in Rob. It's a three-letter word. A three-letter root. Yeah. Okay, good. So just to recap what you said, so the ba here is a preposition, and
Yeah.
that's it's put the Rob into jar state. I don't know if you mentioned that or not, but that's why it's got kasra at the end. Rabbika, what type of pronoun is this, Jamal? Possessive, yeah. You said here possessive pronoun. So your Lord, that's how you say your in English, your Lord. And then Kareem is adjective there. And just to answer your point about the mubtada khabar, so let me show you this. Um, there you go. You see that? Okay, so what it's saying here, see, so it says here badal, which we talked about that, and then ism istifham, mubtada. Okay, so that's interesting. It hasn't made it a relative pronoun here. It says it's interrogative noun, but it says it's mubtada. Okay, and then ماض ومفعول وفاعله مستتر وجملة خبر. All of this, so all of uh, let me just put this in here as well.
So the past tense verb, the maf'ul bihi,
Yeah,
the fa'il.
yeah, because you wouldn't have just one word. You wouldn't just have the verb by itself. Um, I want to show you this as well. I'll come back to that in a second. Okay, so here it's not that clear. Okay, usually it does clarify it, but you would have it's saying all of this. So I'll just mark it out for you. All of this, all of that is what's it called? You could say here with all of this would be no, actually it's not saying it's that. It's saying all of. Let me just double check. Yeah, I think it's saying just gharraka.
All right.
Yeah. But I mean, look, this ba is connecting it to the gharra. So you would, I mean, I would say that you put all of it. You'd put all of this as the sila to this. Does that make sense, Jamal?
Yeah. What's the difference between sila and you think does that say muta'alliq?
Okay, so this is called ism mawsul, yeah, relative pronoun,
Okay.
yeah, that's what it's called, ism mawsul. Every ism mawsul has a sila, okay?
All right.
Muta'alliq is to do with prepositions, harf jar.
All right.
So this harf jar is connected to a verb. So every preposition is connected to a verb or something derived from a verb, yeah?
All right.
And then a sila is connected to a mawsul. But what they've done, that's why I think maybe this is a mistake. I don't know if it's a mistake or something, because like you wouldn't have khabar after relative pronoun, you'd have sila. So I don't know if that's a mistake, because here they haven't said, they've said ism istifham, and it makes sense because it's asking a question. Yeah, it
Mm,
was Hassan, and then it's a question. Do you see?
Yeah.
correct.
So this makes more sense in terms of what they're saying. They say ma is the mubtada, and then this is all then the khabar. Ma gharraka bi rabbika al-kareem. All of that together is the khabar. That makes sense.
But one question on this. Insanu is writing it as badal. What is it badal for?
Ayyuha. Yeah. So you could say ya ayyuha, or you could say ya insanu.
Ah, okay. Right. Okay. So it's something. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, after years I would not have known that without checking it.
No.
You could do a whole Arabic, yeah, you can do a whole Arabic course,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't necessarily like that. And that's the
Mm,
so there's two things that I want to establish from this. Number one is Uthman, Jamal. I mean, Jamal, you're doing your A levels, but you learnt most of this in secondary school. So once a week as a child, and this is the comprehension we get. Okay, because people get scared of Arabic because it's like, oh, I'm going to do an intensive Arabic course where I have to do 30 hours a week for 2 years. That's very scary, yeah. And you get a few people like Mariam's mum and I think Sister Naz and something like this before. Do you see? It's very scary. What I'm saying, you do one intensive weekend, and then just once a week for an hour, and your comprehension with a lot of things will be better than the person who's done 20 hours a week. Do you see? Because it's an example based, and you're working, and I think that the brain works like that.
yeah.
Okay, and then when you do the 2 year intensive, you're just filling in the gaps. Do you see? But the fundamental understanding of what's going on is there. Okay. Okay, I'll finish that. So.